Say Candyman 5 times and Kendrick shows the fuck up.
Yeah.
What is happening, you guys? I don't want to try in an attempt to big up Kendrick. I don't want to dwarf Keem's brilliance.
No.
At all. No.
That entire experience was just absolutely amazing. PG Lang, Day Free, Dot, their whole team, but then Keem's performance on both Donda and then this Family Ties shit was just out of this world. The movement, I was telling me, Poe, and Freak were watching this, like, bruh, does a beat change 3 or 4 times? Like, yeah. Look at the conversion rate. We have to because of the pod, so we know how long people are listening when they from the initial time they press play. How long are they committed to it? With songs, it's crazy because what they used to allow to be identified at the song, you had to have over 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Now it's slowly and gradually coming back to like, do you need 90 seconds? Do you need, you know what I'm saying? It's strange, like because of the movement and because of how long people are listening. So I just thought that was brilliant to have that song move and breathe that many times with that many flows, that many styles. And then the lightness because of his voice, because of the wild shit he's saying. There is this element of just like, oh, nigga, we just cooking and popping shit, and you can't fuck with me. And I'm so out there. If I needed to lyrical miracle you to death, nigga, I'll body you. I get that from King. I get that from Black, Denzel Curry, the niggas who showed up the niggas who showed up and did that. That you know what I can do. That's not moving the meter. Let me go make some art that's moving and breathing. Them niggas pulled up and did that shit. And then,
bro, how Mick Jenkins has been moving?
Mick. Yeah. Mick is the one.
That fucking truffle song.
G.
Yeah, like
Mick is the one who has just got that shit just dialed in. I'm glad you mentioned Mick. Salute to Mick. Rest in peace, Squeak Pivot too. The whole Pivot gang. My condolences, man. That shit wasn't lost on me. We talked about Zumbi last week, but I just thought about Wax, thought about Dawood, all the people that have ties to here. The Pivot gang as a whole is hella tapped into the Bay. The Chicago family, salute to everybody out there and trying to mourn and keep it together. There's a really, really, really intricate piece to all things Pivot gang. Saba, hold your head, brother. I don't have any words. I couldn't imagine what you're going through. But I hope that you are surrounded and insulated with love. You and the whole entire crew are figuring it out, because that oh man, sending y'all love. My bad. It just came up. I don't even know how we got. I was talking about Mick in Chicago, but G. No, let him go last. Let him go last. Did you watch Family Ties? You seen it already?
Yeah, I watched it a few times.
You can't help but.
Yeah.
What I want to do from filmmaker first for you before we get to the music, because I went straight for the music first, but in going for the music, the film had me like this. Like I was like, bro, what's happening? So I stopped listening to the music because I was looking at the imagery. So then I had to go back so I could hear the song.
Yeah.
And then kept going back, and then kept going back, and then kept going back, and I was like, oh, these niggas cracked the code.
I kept going back to the video because I would lock on one square.
Oh, in the beginning.
Yeah.
That's the part that I was thinking too.
And then by the time I thought, there's other squares, that square would be gone.
It'd be covered. Yeah.
So I had to keep restarting it and watch all the squares because my mind that's how it works. And then it went into a deeper story of, I wonder, did they shoot the whole video in each one of those squares, or did they know they just had little segments? And so then my mind started wondering about that, and then I was like, But yeah, I love that video. It's great.
Man. And then from a music perspective, did anything stand out? Did anything catch you? Like I'm trying to figure out why every time they pull up, they disrupt everything that we think is the standard, everything that we think is fly. They just come and none of that shit matters, nigga. This is what we own. And we the best.
I actually thought about that exact question, and then it came back to our earlier conversation last week when we were talking about, is it because they take so much time actually forming their music and sound? Instead of just rushing, we got to drop something next year, so therefore the only thing you're going to drop next year is the sound that is out now, because that's the sound most producers are stuck on. But if you take the time to form a new sound and craft it and make sure it's right, and then pitch it out, it's going to take a little bit longer.
And it's going to feel like that.
Yes.
Does Kima have, 4 singles now that's going into an album? Mm-hmm. Over the course of
him and
a year and a
Trav,
half?
Family Ties. What else?
No Sense.
That is a
Hooligans.
those are singles.
Yeah, those aren't on the album. So those are all individuals.
So now, G, before you break it down, now for Keem shit, I really want to know how they gonna finesse this algorithm play, because I know Hooligans did numbers. I know No Sense did numbers. Shit with him and Do-Rag Activity, like
For sure.
that shit did numbers. And then now this damn near broke the internet. Mm-hmm. In the context of everything else, it was hella shit happening, and then they made everybody go, so.
Mm-hmm. Stole all that moment. But that's literally because, like, I think it's the amount of attention that you spend on other people as opposed to yourself. And I think they spend just a lot of attention on, like, what it is that they're doing, as opposed to, like, okay, this is what such and such is doing, or this is what such and such is doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think once you get to a certain level, Keem is luckily coming in at a time where, you're going to have the freedom of a PG Lang to operate underneath. Mm-hmm. So that's beautiful. And also lucky as fuck.
Yeah.
But credit to him for, this a seasoned opportunity and running with it. So that's going to be impressive, whatever. But you don't really get that much opportunity to just, like, let shit breathe that way and find your sound and make sure that shit disrupts, So it's gonna be interesting to see what that even is gonna seem like, because Keem's done a few things. I think his music has been, to this point, very conducive to, like, festivals.
Oh,
like
what?
It crosses over to, like, festivals. So I'm like I don't know what the next sound is gonna be.
Not crosses over. He is the festival.
Yeah.
It's pure energy. It's every for the Keems, Vince Staples, the Tylers. Like, I get really excited for like black men specifically who occupy that space. Because visually, I don't know how they feel, but visually as a fan, it's a symbol. It feels like a symbolism of freedom, artistic freedom. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's not personal, like human freedom, but at the very least, artistic freedom. And so, and that's another conversation I was hoping to have with y'all. It's so many rap niggas specifically that aren't free, that compromise, that are just trying to fit in, that are just going with the tide. And so the niggas who just come cut through and do whatever the fuck they want to do, it means a lot. And that's Kendrick every time he shows up, to me. And so that's what he represents. And then the amount of artists that were birthed because he inspired them to just say how they were really feeling. Andre 3000, same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like these moments in time where these thinkers and writers and creators come through and they inspire a whole generation of folks. And then in the process, you get a yay. You know, like who's nigga is gonna do, hey, I'm gonna rent out the stadium and I'm gonna have my old house transported to the, what? And then tell a story, bro, do your thing. That's amazing. So for me as a fan, it was one of those weeks for art where I was just art overload on some fan shit. Like there was a few moments, Lex, where I had to it's like I want to drive. No, nigga, I want to pull over. I want to go for a walk and listen to this. This is crazy. You know, it just I'm grateful, I guess, I'm grateful that I'm still able to have that feeling. Terrified of losing it though. But I'm looking at Pharrell. Jay is on the intro of Donda. Them niggas sound like they still fans still. You know, like they sound like they've kept their fandom intact, and it's servicing how they show up to creative space. Kendrick sound like he a fan still, so I'm smoking on top fives. For real. Smoking on top fives. Whoever your top five is getting smoked right now.
Yeah, man, you say you've been taking his time to, come up with some new flows.
But
let him do what he do.
But he says that.
Brother?
Brother. He says that shit as Ye and them are on the show trying to dead the whole smoking on ops shit. It was just like, if you were watching Donda and the Family Ties video dropped the very next day, you were like, bro, this all feels orchestrated. I'm sorry. This don't feel fragmented. I walked away from Drake's announcement on SportsCenter about Certified Lover Boy, into the Family Ties trailer, into Donda Live. And then the next day, Family Ties was out. And Westside, I'm said, this ain't no accident.
Yeah, and then the next day, Donda dropped. They just put drunk. He just threw Donda out. He's like, hey, bro, like, here.
I woke up this morning like, wait, what is happening?
There you go.
All morning been on one.
The Lord spoke to him. He said, put it out. It's time.
It's time, my son.
I mean, you can't gather any more moment. Like, waiting an extra week to September 3rd.
Can we talk about Donda Live?
Donda Life?
The live stream the other night?
Oh yeah. I mean, that was a vibe, man. Like the time and effort. What I was thinking about was like, this is very fucking expensive. That's what I was thinking about, just like the amount of people. Because I'm like, bro, even if you was like paying each person that was doing the stepping $100, it's still like, bro, that's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
There's a lot of motherfuckers out there, bro. But
production. It's a production.
Yeah. So it's a lot of overhead, but then like hearing like how much how much
you saw that? You saw what the 3 events generated?
Yeah, bro. So
12 M's.
It's fucking crazy. So I mean,
But Ye's such a sicko. He'll go, oh, it cost me 12 though to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we broke even.
But that's a win.
Yeah.
When you have that impact and people are talking about it like that, that breaking even is a win in that space. And I don't know how many people. I feel like there's a certain mentality or a certain forecasting or vision that you got to have to identify it that way.
Yeah.
Bro, I made 12 and I spent 12.
And I got all the advertisement, because before I would have spent 12 on just advertisement. Mm-hmm. But this way, I made a whole. What's the word I'm looking for? A whole
marketing plan. It was it was, and so
and I made 12 separate from this. So like,
yeah.
12 came in.
12 came in
regardless.
Yeah.
Even if I spent 12 somewhere else.
I had $60 chicken strips at my event. I made some money.
Yeah. What I was most impressed with was do y'all know how long we've been talking about how few black inventors get to be in beta with shit? We've been having that conversation for a minute.
Yeah.
So he has the first one, and people got jokes. But that red outfit he had on that jacket, that's his Gap drop. They dropped that, right? The music, oh man, I don't know what's going on. It's tight. Oh, by the way, y'all, it's not done. I'm about to go back and mix this shit and add some shit, take some shit away. Like, I'm still working on it, but I want to include you because of where I am now, I need a feedback circle, but why not have the people who really fuck with it come be the feedback circle? So be mindful, every tweet you put up, every meme you posted, every IG post, whatever you said online about those Donda activations was pulled, assessed, and applied. Cause they're turning Ye into fucking Apple. He's been telling you, trying to be Apple, trying to be Disney. He's been saying it. So all that data that they need, that they to break down, they just pulling on that shit. Say whatever. It don't matter, good, bad, ugly, indifferent. All of it is informative and can be added to this machine that is Ye. So they do the first one. Cool. Break the internet. Do the second one. Cool. Break the internet. This third one though, we done took all that shit, put it into this one, and this gonna be the one. So the stream itself was clear. Nigga, that look like a movie. How the fuck y'all figure that out? Then you incorporate the animation in it too? All right, this is different. And now the sound quality was through the roof. We watched it at the studio, bro, and it was like, and on the dynos, it's so hard to get anything to sound good on those. Even when you play through Spotify or whatever, it's like shit mixes get exposed. These were coming through to the stream, and I'm just like, bro, this is nuts. From a quality control standpoint, from a production that large. To your point, how much did this cost? Because there's just so many moving parts.
Yeah, the sequencing, man. Like,
man,
the fucking sequencing was crazy.
Man.
And then like the features, like how the features were there, like which features were there, of course. Yeah. And like everybody capitalizing on the moment. Like the baby verse, like that was, it was a captured moment for whoever you put people on, Like even if there's controversial, like with the Marilyn Manson and the baby, like both of them, like what they're going through at this moment. So like even with that, that's just a part of you being able to see in real time an individual, like what they're, like how they're doing, like how they're capturing emotion, like something that you can hide behind in a company. Yeah. A lot of companies do. It was a person that you can direct that energy towards. Facts. But that's not, that's something that companies do all the fucking time.
All the time.
So that wasn't like the biggest of things, but it garnered a shit ton of comments. Yeah. So y'all fell right into that.
and I'm so glad you said that, G. And how what public perception is, what everyday human perception is of good and bad, right and wrong, is that those same rules don't apply in branding and marketing and product building. They don't.
Would y'all ever be in the crowd, like in between songs, just chanting Yeezy?
Would I?
Yeah.
No.
Just checking.
Not on no.
I just want to see like the type of individual that has to be like this, Like I can see like when you're like super excited or whatever, but I don't see like somebody being that excited.
When I was at the what show was that? The one where he had the floating stage.
Not Yeezus. That was Yeezus.
Was it same?
No, that was Life of Pablo.
Life of Pablo.
Yeah.
There was this old white couple next to us. And in between every song, they would be sitting there, Yeezy, Yeezy. It was like the best shit ever.
Oh man!
How indifferent do you have to be as him for that though? Because he's aware. He knows what's happening.
Yeah.
Like he's not checked out. Like these white people don't fuck with me for real, but they do. Like he's tapped in to make them want his shoe. Mm-hmm. That's different. It's just different. That's different. That's different. I feel like I'm missing something. We talked about Westside Gunn. Salute to Hitler Wears Hermes. What number is this? 8?
8 or
8 or 9. Jeez. Westside, we love you, bro.
It's 8.
It's 8, yeah. From the features, Wayne has been showing his ass. So I would like to start with, I had one of the greatest moments in my life. Deuce hits the group chat and goes, I got a surprise for you guys. I just personally got text the Wayne verse. Like they sent it to me to send it to Dave. I said, huh? So we got to hear the Wayne verse early. And I was like, oh, this is mixtape Wayne. And didn't realize that was gonna set up his next few appearances on records where it's like, oh, so the Tyler shit, and the shit on Westside. I'm just like, wait, what? What? Never mind. We know. I think the world knows our Wayne
fandom
for the pod, yeah, specifically.
Yeah, they said he has 3 in the tuck. 3
projects. Mm. I believe it.
I feel like he always has 3 in the tuck.
Yeah, but that's like, to even acknowledge it after the verses that are come out, then like it means that there's a plan involved.
Got it. Okay,
because that was from like Mac and them, so that was like a.
All right. Well, we'll stay on the lookout for Wayne